don't think it should be judged as something special to have same-sex marriage. I think it should be done the same kind of way, you know? I don't think people should make a big deal out of something like that.
So, do you think that Sam Mesek's rally to get same-sex marriage in Jersey, do you think that was a waste of time? As in, it shouldn't be like a big deal in that sense?
It shouldn't be a big deal, because I don't think anyone who's running for politics should have their first priority as trying to get same-sex marriage re-elected or anything like that. Because if you're trying to get same-sex marriage as your first priority, then all your other points seem... No, then what's your points of being political in the other senses, you know?
I think Tom's got a brilliant point there, you know, sort of along the same lines of my view. First of all, my views on same-sex marriage are, as you know, my sort of philosophy. Do what you want, be who you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. Why the hell should I or anyone else have a say in who you marry?
But what does LGBT stand for? LGBT. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, star. On the sexuality scale, it goes from heterosexual to homosexual, and there are an infinite number of possibilities in between, such as bisexual and pansexual, and then there's off-scale, which is asexual. Asexuality doesn't mean that you aren't attracted to anybody, it just means you can't have sexual feelings towards females or males. But you can have romantic relationships with any gender, depending on your preference. Romantic scale goes from heteroromantic to homoromantic. There's an infinite number of possibilities in between yet again, with biromantic and panromantic. And then there's off-scale, which is aromantic, which sounds a bit strange. But all it means is that you cannot be romantically attracted to anybody, regardless of their gender. You are only sexually attracted to people. The T in LGBT stands for trans star, which is an umbrella term for anybody that isn't of the regular genders. But some people like to think that it does involve the regular genders as well. Now gender. The gender scale goes from cisgender to transgender, and again has an infinite number of possibilities in between, such as gender neutral and gender fluid, and then there's off scale, which is agender. Now because gender is a bit more complex, I'll go into detail. Different gender types. First, there's cisgender. This is quite straightforward. In fact, you yourself are probably cisgender. It just means that you comply with the gender that you were assigned with at birth. So if you're a male and you feel male, then you are cisgender. The next one is transgender. We'll go to the opposite side of the scale. This basically means that if you're male and you feel female, then you are transgender. If you're female and in your mind feel male, then you are transgender. Gender neutral. This just means that you are a dynamic mix of male and female all at once, and you are very comfortable with yourself being both genders. Gender fluid. It's a bit more complex than gender neutral, but again you are a dynamic mix of both genders, except sometimes you'll feel more like a female or more like a male. Agender. This is a bit more difficult to comprehend as they do not identify with any gender, which seems a bit strange at first. This is a lot of information for you to be taking in, but now you know, maybe you'll think twice before you judge the people around you. We are, after all, a community.
My personal views on equal marriage is that I personally don't have an issue with it. I think as far as it goes to do with the state in a secular term, I think it's absolutely fine. With regards to the religious institutions and religious groups, I think that they should get some form of protection if it's not in accordance with their faith. But then equally, I think those faith groups that do support it should be allowed to be able to conduct the ceremony.